Actually, today we didn't have anybody in the class that as fast as we are. So it was Chris Rado from 3 years ago, I guess.
Here at Super Lap Battle, it's a whole new level of competition. They love to compete.
My name is Jeff Westfall. I'm in our Preza L Subaru.
My name's Thomas Smith. It's a 96 Civic.
My name's Kit. It's a 2004 Honda Accord.
So this is a car from Japan. It just got in like a couple weeks ago. It's a right-hand drive K20 turbo. It runs 420 horsepower.
There's different classes that vary all the way from street style all the way to full tilt racing vehicles. But some of the secrets that those full tilt racing vehicles have, they don't want to share with others. But a lot of the preload settings, the scaling of the cars, they like to keep that kind of close to the vest because it gives them an advantage when they're out on that track going head to head with each other.
It's running a B-Series engine, pretty basic, just reliability is the big thing for us because we try to keep the budget down.
It's a Honda Accord. Nobody really races it. You can't find off-the-shelf products for it. So what I had to do is I just had to take it out there, find out what it was lacking, and then had a lot of custom parts made for it.
Yeah, the car has a 4-cylinder EJ motor that came with a modern Subaru nowadays. It's a slightly stroked motor, still a 4-cylinder with a Garrett turbo on it, and we're making anywhere in the ballpark of 600 to 800 horsepower.
Making big power is great, but along with big power comes a lot of heat. Heat is the enemy of most high-performance engines. One glance at the front end of any of these Super Lap Battle cars, and you're going to notice that there's not just a large intercooler or maybe a large radiator in the front. You're going to see a host of other cooling devices. Power steering coolers, oil coolers are also going to be in the front, not to mention all the ducting feeding air to those important components.
Whenever we have the time and the money, we get together and find an event we want to do and just focus on the car and the balance of the car rather than the record sometimes because it's a smaller budget project.
I've been driving this particular car for 4 years on and off. It does maybe 2 to 4 events a year, so not a lot, but good partnership with the team.
This is a hobby. It definitely isn't a profession of mine. I'm more of a privateer. Everything comes out of my own pocket. I don't make any money off of it. I do it because I enjoy it.
My specialty is drifting, and it won't change no matter what. But you know, it's the same thing. It's the driving. So I like, you know, off-road and just grip driving or the road racing. You know, each thing is different, but at the end of the day, it's a car control. So I love just controlling cars.
We purchased some new suspension for the car so we could get a little better valving and control with the suspension. But it was actually valved and sprung a little bit too soft, so we had to revert to the old setup. It's a little tail happy here, but we're working on it and getting the balance right.
Racers are always trying to combat oversteer and understeer as they're navigating through a tough race course. It's always going to be a combination of tuning. Some people think tuning is just about the engine, but it's all about suspension tuning. It's a combination of the right spring rates in the front versus the rear, the correct anti-sway bar roll versus the rear anti-sway bar roll, front and rear, and it's also the shock settings, front versus rear.
But right now the weight basically is about 950 pounds per corner up front, and 475 pounds in the rear. That's with 5 gallons of gas and nobody in it.
Using a precision set of scales can help a crew chief or a driver figure out how to correct for a flaw he may be seeing on the track. But the point is, with a set of scales, he's not just guessing. He knows exactly how much weight he removed or moved around and can put it right where he wants it and go out and test it again to see if it worked.
The suspension arms are custom, the lower arms are custom. The aerodynamics is all custom, and then the rest of the parts are from other cars that I just mock up and make fit.
When you look at the vehicles here at the Super Lap Battle, you'll see some very exaggerated wings. You'll see very pronounced canards on the front of the vehicle, splitters. The goal of a lot of aerodynamics is to either eliminate a lot of air going underneath the vehicle, and whatever air does get underneath that vehicle, speed it up and get it out in a hurry.
With this car, everything's pretty simple. It's got a nice small Honda radiator. There's no AC on it. We just run a good sized radiator, run some engine ice.
A car like this, typically a small issue can become a big issue really quickly, so we don't know exactly how long it's going to last. They do a really good job of keeping a high horsepower number livable in the car. I think the car itself, when everything's right, should do a high 39, a low 40 on a DOT tire, not a slick, which is a pretty quick lap time around this 3+ mile circuit.
Our fastest lap is 155.2. That's our personal best with this car. We came out here with hopes of getting into the 155s, and today we achieved it. And so for the last 2 months, I've been under this car, trying to get out here and trying to set this record for ourselves.
Well, actually, we came yesterday and had a testing, first time with this car at this track, and we did really well. The time was 1:46, which was really close to the front-wheel drive record with the used tire. So we thought we could we could break the record. But from the morning, we had a lot of different issues.
I don't like to take safety lightly, so I run full Nomex, racing suit, Hans, helmet, gloves, Nomex, everything. Any scenario could happen out there, so being prepared at all times is always the best idea.
Safety-wise, I wear, obviously, the safety components from Sparco USA. I have a partnership with them for a while. They make really, really great stuff as far as fire retardancy. That's kind of the what-if scenario. You hope you never have to test that, but in case you do, you want to be well protected. So I wear that head to toe with their stuff.
As far as safety goes, we just put a 6-point roll bar in it, all custom, TIG weld at Circle City Hot Rods. Also, for safety, the driver is equipped with Hans device, certified helmet, fire suits, gloves, shoes.
Now, these vehicles will have what they usually call a fire pole cable. If the driver's in trouble and there's raw flames inside the car or something's going wrong, so he'll pull a cable. That will open up a separate bottle that will usually fog not only the interior down that has the all-important driver in it, but also usually fog the engine compartment down as well to put out that fire, even if the vehicle's still in motion. That's why when you look at the outsides of these vehicles, you'll usually see special brightly marked arrows. Pull here, fire pull, battery disconnect, safety. In the event of an accident, driver safety is paramount. And a Hans device adds that extra protection to limit movement of the head and neck when there's dramatic collision impact forces placed on the body and the vehicle, your seatbelt system. These vehicles are running usually a 5- or 6-point system where you've got the waist over the shoulders and usually 2 straps to the center of your legs.
For this car, this will probably be the last year for it in competition. I might build up my personal car. I have a STI that I've ran here before last year or a year before. And then also another car, a Subaru Las Vegas time attack car might I might start driving that again as well.
Super Lap Battle in 2015, I would love to be here. I don't know if this particular car is going to be here, but I may or may not be driving something for GST or for somebody else.
Our goal next year will be in the sub 150s, so we're gonna try to do like a 49 or a 48.
For sure, we want to come back next year, Super Lap Battle. We can run at least 3 to 4 seconds faster as is. We might do a little bit more modification and break the record.
My favorite part about Time Attack is just basically putting everything on the line for that one quick lap, getting everything perfect, and just the satisfaction of when it all goes right. You just finish, you feel good about yourself, just being proud that you did everything in your power to get that lap out of yourself and the car. That's pretty much what does it for me.
The premise of these events are to go out and just set the quick lap time. It's like qualifying shootouts. So we have one more session for our run group. This last one we went out in was feeling pretty good, like we were going to be able to break the record, but we ran into traffic. There were some other drivers that were not going quickly at the start, so by the time we finished our lap, we caught them at the end, which got in our way about 2 corners. So we would like to do that in the last session today.
I'm very stoked with the time today. Like I said, we spent many sleepless nights this past 2 months getting this car ready. Our goal was a 155, and today we achieved the 155. You know, actually halfway through the day, I was trying to get a 154 out of the driver, and during the last session, we managed a 155.2, which is pretty good. And I told the team that if we would achieve the 154, that we're gonna go out to dinner tonight and I wanna have drinks. It looks like I'm still gonna go and do that.
You know, Buttonwillow track is super fun. You know, it's really everything, you know. It's a lot of tight corners, high-speed corners. Yeah, so it's just really a cool event for the Time Attack.